Thank you very much, Georgia. This is my first visit here to Italy as Prime Minister, so it's really great to be here today in such a fantastic setting, fantastic weather. The perfect venue, I think, to follow on from Blenheim Palace just a few weeks ago. And actually, this is the first in a series of landmark meetings in Italy this week. We have the G7 Culture Ministers meeting in Napoli. We have Arsenal meeting Atalanta in the Champions League. But seriously, there's so much that brings us together. But I am here today for a very simple reason, because I recognise Italy's significance as a leader in Europe, on the world stage, as a G7 economy, a NATO ally. And so as we open what I think will be a new era in Britain's relations with the EU, our close friendship and partnership with Italy is more important than ever. And that's why it was very important for me to come so early on in my term as Prime Minister as a real statement of intent. And I think we're both ambitious for what we can do together. And that spirit has come through all of our long conversations so far, not only today, but on the previous occasions when we've had the chance to discuss a number of issues, but very much today, a resolve to work together for the good of the British and Italian people, for the security, stability and growth that we all want to see, and for the fundamental values that we share of democracy, justice, the rule of law. So, as you say, we used our time today to discuss the global challenges before us and our determination to meet them together. Georgia, I want to thank you for your strong leadership, particularly on Ukraine, because as Russia continues to escalate its illegal war, we will stand together, shoulder to shoulder, to support Ukraine for as long as it takes. We will work together, as we discussed, to deliver the 50 billion euros in loans for Ukraine under your G7 presidency. And I look forward to supporting the Ukraine Recovery Conference in Italy next year. We also agreed to deepen our security cooperation, already very important for both of us. Our forces will continue to exercise together through NATO. The Italian Navy will join UK carrier operations next year. And with vital projects like GCAP, we're determined to work together to boost our defence industrial capacity.
Jurnalinfo, singura sursă de traduceri ale evenimentelor globale majore în România. Abonează-te acum pentru a susține acest proiect vital și a rămâne informat. Susține jurnalismul de calitate.
On the Middle East, we are united in our support for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. We want to see the release of all hostages, desperately needed humanitarian aid flowing into Gaza, and a calming of tensions on the West Bank in particular. And of course, as we discussed, none of this is easy, but it is urgent and it is vital. So we will keep working together to resolve this crisis and end the suffering on all sides. We also discussed the challenge of irregular migration. This is a problem across Europe for both of our countries in particular, but across Europe. As Director of Public Prosecutions in Britain some years ago, I saw the important work that can be done across borders on issues like counter-terrorism. And I've never accepted, as we discussed, that we can't do the same with smuggling gangs. And now, of course, Italy has shown that we can. You've made remarkable progress working with countries along migration routes as equals to address the drivers of migration at source and to tackle the gangs. And as a result, regular arrivals to Italy by sea are down 60% since 2022. So I'm pleased that we're deepening our cooperation here, led on the UK side by our new border security commander, who has been with me today here in Italy at the coordination centre this morning, to share intelligence, share tactics, shut down smuggler routes and smash the gangs. Finally, as leading European economies, we also discussed the huge opportunities that we can realise together. Italy is already a top 10 trading partner for the UK and our sixth largest source of foreign direct investment, That all supports economic growth, which is the number one mission of this government, and there's real potential now to go forward. It was excellent to have a business event first thing this morning when I met Italian businesses who are actually already working in the UK. And I'm really pleased to announce that we've secured 2 new investments worth over £500 million into our economy. Leonardo investing over 400 million into R&D and helicopter manufacturing in Yeovil, and Marcia investing 100 million into green steel production in Sheffield, supporting hundreds of jobs across the country. Those are the 2 investment decisions I can announce today. We, of course, want to go further in key sectors like defence, green tech, science and innovation to drive growth for both sides, create jobs and improve people's lives. Because underneath all of this, it is important to say that there's a huge affection between our 2 nations and between our people. Great respect for each other's cultures, shared passions, shared values. So today we're building on that, optimistic about what we can achieve together as strong partners, allies and friends. Thank you, Georgia.
Jurnalinfo, singura sursă de traduceri ale evenimentelor globale majore în România. Abonează-te acum pentru a susține acest proiect vital și a rămâne informat. Susține jurnalismul de calitate.